Hi everybody, I'm Krista and this is my first video here on YouTube, and this tutorial is how I achieved this flawless base, and I hope you like it, so keep watching. Begin by hydrating with some MAC Fix Plus. Just gonna let that dry for a bit. Okay, for primer I'm gonna go in with the Porefessional by Benefit, just using a pea-size amount. And going into all the areas that I have large pores, which is kind of everywhere. Forehead, nose and chin. And I find that pressing is better than rubbing because sometimes your primers can ball up if you rub too vigorously, but pressing is always the best option. Just let that soak in for a bit. Okay, the foundation I'm using today is by Makeup Forever. It's the Ultra HD foundation, and I'm in the shade Y405. Just taking about 2 pumps of that. And I'm gonna dot it on my face on either side. My chin, forehead, and neck, because you can never find, no matter what the brand, you can never find a foundation that truly matches you. So I'm going in with a Zoeva buffer brush. Just gonna start buffing in this foundation, kind of pushing it into the skin and swiping, and then I pat like this. And never forget your ears. They are important. They are a part of your face. People always forget the ears. After I'm done with the brush, I will go over everything with my beauty blender. Comment down below if you prefer brushes or beauty sponges. I would love to know what your preference is as far as tools go. Neck. Never forget the neck. And if you're wearing a top that exposes your chest, please feel free to drag your foundation down to your chest as well. Okay. Now I'm going over everything with a sponge, a damp beauty blender, to get the most flawless skin-like finish. Very thin layer of foundation, really. That's what you want when getting a more natural look. Just, you can build up eventually, but always begin with thin layers. Okay, now moving on to concealer. I'm using this one by Becca. I absolutely love this formula. It's so creamy. And I'm in the shade Toffee. It's the Becca Ultimate Coverage Concealing Creme. It's so good. So I'm just, with my beauty blender, dipping into the little pot. And if you look at your faces individually, the parts that you see darkness really under your eyes are just in the inner corner to like halfway from your iris. So really you don't want to bring your concealer all the way around your eye unless you do have some blemish, because that will make it look more unnatural, and we're going for a more natural look today. So just on the inner corner, and I'm shutting my eye and dragging it all the way up in that crevice right there on the inner corner of my eye, because that's where I find most darkness. Alrighty, that was just one layer of concealer and did such a good job. Just going under that little hollow there where most darkness is, and then I'll drag it once I've hit that main area of darkness, I will drag it to the rest of my face, because we do not want unevenness or just, you know, a stark white cast under the eye. Now to the other eye. And I hardly ever set this concealer with powder because really it's that good. It does not crease, especially during the winter. I never use powder. So this concealer is bomb. And now, center of the forehead, between the brows. And the little blemishes that I have. Above my lip. Here. I will get to my blemishes here. So now, after concealing under the eyes, I'm moving on to contour. Now for natural looks, I love to go in with cream contour. So the one I'm using today is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using the deepest shade. I know, don't get overwhelmed by the color, but it is the most natural looking contour color that there is for your face. And I'm sorry that my palette is so dirty, please excuse me. So with a oops, dropped my brush, not putting that in the video. So with a Makeup Forever brush, I'm just going to take some of that color. And really the guideline for your contour is the top of your ear all the way following down to the corner of your lip. So if you go like that from the top of your ear to the edge of your lip, that should be your guideline. So just following that. And you kind of want to stop at the edge of your eyebrow because it could get a little too unnatural. Okay? And then taking my beauty blender, I kind of push the product back into my hair, to my hairline, to make it look more natural, because you don't want there to be foundation and then suddenly a line across your face. You kind of want it to melt into everything, make it look as natural as possible. And then what I like to do, once I've blended the majority of the product, I like to bring it into the hollow of my cheek. So when I open my mouth, my face kind of goes into the hollow, so I just follow that pattern. So like that, to make my cheekbones more chiseled. And you really want to blend that properly. You want it to look like a shadow and not like, you know, just a line across your face. See, it's so natural looking. Now the other side, just follow the same way. Top of the ear, stop at the edge of the eyebrow, the tail of the brow, and then distribute the majority of the product to the hairline and blend upwards. You never want to blend lower because that can bring your face down. It could do the opposite of defining your features. It can make you look older. Again. There. And now with the rest of the product, just going near your hairline, so you have synchronization with all the tones in your face, with all the tones on your face. And now with some more of that product, we will go hit that jawline, because Lord knows we need it. There, and there, that's all you need. Now drag down and behind the ear, never forget behind the ear, under the chin, just drag. Don't leave any harsh lines, just blend. Keep blending till everything is seamless. Like so. Alright, now for the rest of the blemishes that I have to cover up, I'm going to go back into that concealer, Becca, and just with the tip of this brush, just like that, just gonna go over every blemish, taking another small buffer brush and just pushing the product in. And then, as a brown girl, I'm sure many of us face this. We have some darkness around the mouth that we'd like to get rid of. Over with the sponge. And that one right there, that's a scab. Just scar. No, that's a scar that is going away. Moving on to such an incredible product, the highlight of the show, literally highlight. It's the Master Strobbing Creme by Maybelline, and in the shade Nude. I think this shade suits every skin tone, and it is so good. So I'll just show you what it looks like on my hand. And that's the color. Look how pretty. Ugh. Okay, so with the tip of my beauty blender, I'm just gonna take a little bit and hit the high points of my cheek right there, and take it to the brow bone, and then above the brow all the way to the top of my head, to close to where my hairline is. Just blend it all well together. The other side. Again, repeating the same steps. I mean, just look how natural and glowy that is. Oh, cannot get enough of it. Center of the nose. Now, here's a trick, because I don't necessarily like the way my nose is, because I feel that it's too long for my face. I like to stop my highlight to the center of my, like right in the middle of my nose, and that kind of shortens the length of it. So that's just a trick if you want to distract from the length of your nose. Okay, so I'm gonna start from right the center of my brow, bring it all the way down to like right there, and kind of fade it. Then blend that properly. Now my cupid's bow. Chin. If you feel like you have a big chin, or if you have a blemish, you don't necessarily have to put highlight on your chin, because highlight will just, you know, emphasize whatever it is that there is on your skin. And even though I have texture, I will still not give up my highlight, because I live for the glow. And with whatever the excess is in the back of my hand, I will run it over my eyelid and take it down right to where my tear duct is. It's just a little trick that I do every time. And if you wish to powder your face, you can just powder right underneath your eyes and your forehead, your nose and your chin, and you're done with a little translucent powder. And that should be about it. And this is how I achieve my flawless base. So let me go do my eyebrows and mascara and put on a lip and come back because I look crazy. So I'm back, and I thought I'd add a little last thing for my more oilier friends out there. And if you want to contain the oil on your face, all you have to do is hit the T-zone and under your eyes and your chin, because you want this to remain a more glowy, natural, dewy look. So to achieve that, I'm going to use translucent powder by Laura Mercier with a little buffer brush, and just right there, right in the socket of my eye, right there. Just press the powder, don't swipe because that can remove your foundation, and right in the center of my forehead. Although I quite like that sheen in the center, I mean, it's your personal preference, but that's what I like. And your chin. Maybe even the sides of your nose if you experience oiliness there. And you're done. So please leave your comment down below on whether or not you like this video, and leave your requests down as well, or DM me. I'll leave all the details in the down description bar below. And yeah, I hope you like it. I'll see you soon. Bye.